mics. Put on your captions because today is a bad Wi-Fi day. We've been having some trouble. So put on your captions and turn on your cameras, please. So Grant, if you could now tell us what you wanted to say, if your caption's on, we can see it. The rest of you, while Grant's speaking, go to your Google Classroom. I sent you an assignment on Owl Pellet Lab. Open that up and we'll talk about your owl pellet. Grant, what is it that you wanted to tell me? Hello, Grant? Can you hear me, Grant?
Yes, I hear you. Miss,
put your captions.
His captions aren't coming through because of the going in and out like that. So we can't even see what he's saying.
Yeah.
Check his headphones. Is it plugged in? Is the plug loose? Make sure that's in tight.
Mrs. Ball,
We're all okay. Grant, why don't you put it in chat? Type it out in chat because we can't see it in captions either. Okay, where's
Captions on.
yeah.
size?
If you have a question, Grant, put it in chat.
Wait,
Being patient and
Chat.
taking time to listen.
Yeah, it's a little slow, Grant. You have to be a little patient. Okay, it looks like we're missing some people today. Today is Monday, April 27th, and we are going to start our day by talking about some of the things we did with our owl pellet and how you guys are doing. Your owl pellet is going to...
I have a question.
Hang on, Arfan. I'll answer questions in a minute. Let me explain some things, and then I'll give you time to talk. In your Google Classroom, if you open up Owl Pellet Lab, this is the paper that you'll be doing your assignment, and it has a lot of questions about your owl pellet. It is worth 50 points. I don't think I put a due date yet. I wanted to talk with you and find out what would work for you, because this is something you can work on for a while. Okay. Go ahead, Arfan. What is your question? And Grace, we can talk as soon as Arfan, ask your question.
I didn't start my owl pellet yet.
Okay, well, you need to get working on that. Do a little bit every day. Okay. Why didn't you get started? Were you busy on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
No, I just never knew that we had to start doing our owl pellets. Even then, I got my owl pellet on Saturday, so I couldn't start on Friday.
Okay. Well, I know I hand delivered it to you. I should have called you ahead of time so I could at least wave to you. Okay, great.
She put it in Google Classroom. It said when you get your owl pellet thing, begin working on it.
Yes, I will always put your Friday assignments in your Google Classroom. When you have off Friday, you'll have some type of an assignment for Friday. Grace, let Grace go. She was waiting patiently. Pia, you can go after Grace. Go ahead, Grace.
So I just looked at the owl pellet thing. It said, number 1, measure the size of the owl pellet. I did not do that.
I know I should have gave this ahead of time. Just do an estimate.
Okay.
You think about your owl pellet about, was it 2 or 3 inches,
Yeah.
maybe 1.5. Just do an estimate there. Sorry about that. And the other part of it, like Grant already glued his skeletons onto his poster board. So he had 2 full skeletons that he showed. Who's missing here today? Lily. She was in and out. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lillian. Who else is missing? Alex. Did
Alex.
anybody see Alex today? Nobody saw Alex? Okay, Pia, go ahead and ask your question. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. We can't hear you. I can't hear you.
So I don't have a question, but like mine, like I don't have like a full skeleton. Like I can tell that I have a really, really small animal because it's like the bones are like really, really tiny. And
Okay.
then I have like
One
a
of the
bigger
things with
animal
those tiny.
part of it though.
Okay.
Because like my
Yeah,
bigger
that's
animal, like the bones are like pretty big.
okay. Yep, I would agree. You probably have two separate animals there. Do you have, here's the main thing to look for, the skulls and the jaw bones. The jaw bones will help.
I have found jawbones, but I don't have a skull.
No skull at all. That's surprising. Usually there's a skull. Okay, well, you'll just have to kind of match the jaw bones, like you said, small and large. And what type of animal did you identify the animal by the jawbone?
Yeah, with the jawbone I found, it's a rodent animal.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
aren't rats like really big? Like, I heard that like, rats are usually
Yes.
so it's probably like a mouse.
Yes, I doubt, I gave you some papers that show the different types of animals, and also in the assignment of the owl pellet lab, there's another paper and it has more pictures of different types of skeletons that you can look at to help you identify them. So use that also. I scanned that and put that in. Any other questions?
Yes.
That'll happen. That's surprising you don't have any skills.
When is it due? When is this assignment due?
I'd be willing to talk to you about that and see when you want it to be due.
It says it's due today.
I didn't put today in, no. Go ahead, Grace.
Yes, I have 3 questions. Number 1, since there's a separate document, the Google Docs, and another one with pictures on it, we just have to fill out the Google Docs, right?
Right. That
Okay.
one you can turn in and I can see it. I'm doing better at that, Grace.
Number 2, with one of the questions says list 3 reasons why you think you could not find a whole skeleton. Well, I have found a whole skeleton, so can I skip that question?
You could give examples of why you think you could, so if perchance you have a partial skeleton, even if you found 3 whole ones and maybe you found part of another one, why do you think you only found part of it?
Okay, and my last question is, it says, suppose an owl makes an owl pellet every day, and it says, how many animals do you think it'll eat? Well, how are we supposed to tell that? Because mine ate 6.
Well,
but other people's like 8.
That would be your estimate on your owl.
Oh,
That's
so
your
I would
own-
use my owl pellet.
Your special owl, yes.
Okay.
Your owl obviously is a big eater. That's
Yeah.
that's a lot of skeletons.
Yep. All right. So thanks.
It's
That's the
Russell.
questions I have.
This is Russell.
Yes.
It does say it's due today. Just check the assignment.
It's not due today. I'll change that.
That's what it does automatically.
I didn't. So I wanted to talk to you guys first. When are you thinking? Like maybe next Friday, or do you want another weekend to work on it?
Maybe
So
pretty far along. I'm like just
How about we do it until
do this
the end of
Friday, but
next
I
week?
don't know. Like for example, like Irfan hasn't started yet, so
Well, that was his choice.
Maybe next
How
Monday.
about, how about,
Maybe the Monday that's coming.
how
Bernadette.
about Monday? How about next Monday? So we have the rest of the week and then the weekend.
So 5/11. You mean 5/11?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean 5/4.
Yeah,
Today is the
Monday of next week. So
May 4th.
you can do during the week and weekend.
Bernadette, how is May 4th for you? Bernadette, unmute your mic.
Yeah, that's fine for me.
May 4th it is. I think that'll work. And so have your skeletons glued and ready so you can kind of show them, and have your paper in, and we'll kind of present our findings of our owl pellets. Interesting. Anybody else have anything interesting to say about their owl pellet?
I found a whole bunch of jaws and ribs.
Wow. So match your jaws up. You'll have like at least 2 jaws.
Only 2 axes, 2 skulls,
Miss what?
15 million, like 1,000 ribs. Like it was creepy. It was disturbing how many jaws and
Yeah.
ribs.
Mrs. Wetzel.
Yes, Jack. Jack, please put your camera on. I hate talking to a picture. It's very annoying. Thank you.
Sorry. Hi. So, my question is, so when I did my owl pellet, I already took it apart and got out all the bones, but I also found these kind of like flake things that I don't know what they were. Were those pieces of bones that I accidentally broke?
Yeah,
I saw like
probably. Also, I wonder, did you find a bee?
they were like super thin, like they were probably like I don't know. They were just super thin and seemed and were like very fragile.
Mrs. Wetzel, I have this like big bone thing. I don't know what it is. I was thinking it could be the I forget what it's called, the butt bone, and it like
Either a
didn't
jaw
break or something. But
It looks
and then I have like
Mrs. Wetzel.
kind of thing like it, but like I don't really know what it is.
It looks like it
And
might
it's like,
be
you
a
know,
pelvic bone, Olympia.
yeah, okay.
It is pretty big.
Yeah, like I have really big bones and I have really like puny bones. Like I found a tibia that's and a fibula that's like this big.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I have like a
Interesting.
really, really big bones, and well, not really, really big bones, but like they're pretty big compared to it. So yeah.
Okay. All right. We've spent a lot of time talking about this. Is there any other questions? Because I want to do a little bit in our book today.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Irfan.
So are we supposed to do more of the okay, so you send us the document and the other and the paper. So are we supposed to write the questions that are in the paper into that document? Because we also have questions in that document. They're also from the paper, but there are some questions in the document that are not in the paper.
Okay. Good question, Irfan. This is what I'm going to grade. I'm going to grade this paper that's on your Google Classroom. It says Animal Identification from Owl Pellet. This is what I'll grade, and I will also look at your glued skeletons on May 4th. You'll be able to hold them up. If you glue them, you'll be able to hold them up and show them to us. So what you need to do is this paper that's on your Google Classroom, and of course, because this will identify all your work. You muted yourself. I can't hear you if you're responding. Irfan. Okay, let's turn our books to page 226 in your new science book in the softback science? 226. Okay, I want to work on some of the pages here. So on 226, this is modeling matter and energy movement. So how do energy and food matter move through a tundra ecosystem? This transfer of energy and matter from one organism to the next in an ecosystem is called a food chain. Each time something eats something else, food energy and matter are transferred from one organism to the next. In the circles, draw or write the name of the organism from the tundra ecosystem in the order you think energy and matter move through the food chain. You can use evidence from the other pages. Now, you only have 3 circles. So out of the pictures here, you have reindeer moss, Arctic gull, bacteria, caribou, fungi, and wolves. You need to eliminate some. So what 3 would you put into those circles?
What page?
226.
In the old book or the new book?
In the new book, I just said all that, bud. Okay, anybody want to answer the first one?
Well, the sun would help the reindeer moss grow.
Oh, Alex came in. Welcome, Alex. The sun would help the reindeer moss grow. Okay, I like that one. Let's do it. Reindeer moss in the first circle. All right. What would you put next? Lily didn't come back on. She was here and now Alex is gone again. Okay. Jack, what would you put next? What did you decide for the next one after reindeer moss? Hello?
Sorry. After reindeer moss,
Yeah.
1 sec. I'm still getting to the page.
Come on, we only have about 4 or 5 minutes, and you guys have been taking quite a while to get to the page. It's been a rough Monday. Everybody's like in slow motion today.
Yeah.
All right. Can somebody answer the question after reindeer moss on 226? We'll get back to Jack. Please get to the page. It's in your old book, in your new book.
Well, I'm there. All right. After reindeer moss, I'd say caribou.
Okay, caribou. Okay, I'm good with caribou. Lily, we're working in our new book. Lily, are you there? Lily, we're working in the new book, page 226. We just got done talking about owl pellets. You missed all that, you and Alex.
Okay.
Alex, are you with us? You're not in front of your computer.
Yeah, my internet's just being really bad on me, and I keep losing connection.
I know. It's been a bad day for everybody today. Okay, after caribou, Ron, what would you put for caribou? We're on page 226, Alex.
After caribou, I put wolves.
You put the wolves? All right, I like that. Which organism was not included in your food chain? Why did you not choose, Grace, why didn't you put the Arctic gull in there, or fungi, or bacteria?
I didn't put those in because the reindeer moss, the caribou eat off the reindeer moss, and the wolves eat off the caribou. So those other ones just wouldn't fit in there because they're not part of that food chain.
That's true. They're a totally different food chain. The Arctic gull is like a scavenger and would eat dead things. Fungi is a decomposer. It pulls its food. It gets its food from other living things. And also bacteria would get, as a decomposer. So they would not be part of the food chain. All right, I don't want to do number 5. Let's go to page 227. 227 is talking about scavengers and decomposers. Have you ever wondered about what happened to the bodies of plants and animals after they die? When plants and animals die, some organisms in the environment consume them for matter and energy. Scavengers, like the Arctic gull, is an Arctic. Ravens are scavengers. Scavengers are consumers. They eat dead organisms. Some scavengers mainly feed on the remains of dead animals. Others mainly feed on dead plants. Decomposers, and there you have your fungi and your bacteria. Bacteria are tiny decomposers. Decomposers use chemicals called enzymes to break down the remains of organisms and animal waste. They use the energy they obtain to carry out life processes and restore materials back into the soil. Fungi are also decomposers that release enzymes. These enzymes break down dead matter, releasing nutrients that enrich the soil. Club fungi are one example of this kind of a decomposer. Taking a look at number 6 on page 227, which of the following organisms break the waste down even further after scavengers are done with them? Circle the pictures of all that apply. Go ahead and circle the pictures, and Bernadette, can you unmute your mic and tell us which ones did you pick?
So I picked
Which ones would break down wastes?
would that be wolves?
No, look back at what we just read about decomposers. You're looking for scavengers or decomposers there. Well, I don't know. The wolves are part of our food chain. We have from moss to caribou to wolves. Wolves are hunters. They hunt most, they might. Bernadette, you're not in the picture. All I can see is your wall. I don't want to teach to the wall. Can you move your camera over so I can? Oh, that's Alex. Alex, again, move your computer so that you can, so that you're part of the class. No, that doesn't help when you just put your head in every once in a while. Move your, slide your laptop around so that you, there, that's better. Hey, Bernadette, where are you?
Right here.
Okay. Looking at page 227, what I just read, are you on the page?
Yes.
Okay. Which one are decomposers here? Which one break down?
Be bacteria.
Bacteria would be one. Is that the only one you would circle?
I would say yes.
I disagree. I think there's one more we can add to this, Bernadette. Anybody unmute your mic? If you can think of another one.
Fungi.
Fungi, yes. I would circle that one too, Bernadette. That one, remember, fungi decomposes because they hook on to living things and they take the nutrients right out of it. You'll see mushrooms are all growing on trees. Did you ever see a mushroom or growing on a tree, around a tree? That's what that does. So for number 7, how does the leftover matter and energy in a dead organism get recycled back to the soil? What happens is decomposers break it down and then it goes back into the soil. So you need to say decomposers. Break it down. And then it gets recycled into the soil. This starts the cycle all over again. It makes the soil rich, which helps the plants grow, like the reindeer moss, which feed the caribou, which feed the wolves. So it's a cycle like we've always talked about in the past. Okay, for homework then, I'd like you to do page 228 and 229. It's kind of just telling what these things are in the pictures. Are they producers? Are they consumers? Are they scavengers? Do they have decomposers? Or are they decomposers? Okay, 228 and 229. Those of you who missed out on the first part of the lesson, you need to go back and watch the recording or come see me at 2 o'clock if you have any questions on your Owl Pellet assignment, which is in your Google Classroom. Okay, I have to go.